Hey, this is Kenny from Kenny's Audiophile Record Reviews. Thank you very much for viewing my channel. Please like and subscribe. I sincerely appreciate that. I really appreciate the love, support, and attention I receive worldwide from my audience. And I sincerely want to thank you for that. In a past video, I did a video on the most expensive record or record set that I purchased. So in this video, I thought I'd do a topic of what is the most I've ever paid for one single audio component in my music room, and what is the least I ever paid for one single audio component in my music room. Now, these are audio components like amps, preamps, speakers, reel-to-reels, and not necessarily accessories. And also leave your comments in the comment section below in terms of what is the most you ever paid for audio component in your music room and the least you ever paid for audio component in your music room. This is going to be very interesting because I know a lot of you out there probably have these grand and expensive high-end systems, so that's going to be very interesting and entertaining to read some of the comments. I consider myself in the middle. I always call myself a mid-fi guy, so in the grand scheme of things, I don't have really expensive equipment, and I really didn't pay that much for it necessarily. But like I said, I'm going to get to mine near the end of this video. Oh, by the way, I'm going to leave my room system tour for those who have not seen it, the link to that tour in the description below, by the way, for those who have not seen my room system tour. But a lot of you know, who follow my channel, know that a lot of my components in my system have been purchased secondhand. And I'm going to mention some of them before I reveal the least item that I spent the least amount of money on, I just spent the most amount of money on. For example, my tube amplifier, which is a Balanced Audio Technology VK60 tube amplifier, I bought secondhand, and I think I bought it on eBay years ago, and it originally cost around $5,000, I think, somewhere around that range, and I paid $2,000 for it. I have a Revox A700 reel-to-reel. In the early 80s, when I was still in college, I went to this pawn shop, and it had that reel-to-reel on sale for $300, which was a bargain at that time. Another example is the preamplifier, at least my main preamplifier that I'm using currently in my system, which is a Past Labs, I think it's X2 preamplifier. I think that may have a suggested retail price of around $2,000. I'm not sure when it was issued, when it was sold new. And I got mine for $20 at a swap meet. That is not the least amount I paid for a single item in my system. I'm going to get to that in a minute or two. One item that I paid brand new, and this was when Sony was still selling this item, is my Super Audio CD player. It's a Sony XA9000ES Super Audio CD player. And I bought it when it was still selling new. And I consider myself a good negotiator. But at the time I was purchasing mine, I could not find a seller who was selling that unit. So I had to buy it directly from a Sony store. Sony used to have stores back in the day. And they wouldn't budge on the price. So I ended up paying full retail price of $3,000 for that Sony Super Audio CD player, because that was the going price. But it served me well over the years, still working fabulously to this day. I have to mention these speakers as well. These are in the rear of my music room. They're not my main speakers. They're used for 5.1 surround when I use that, and also occasionally I'll switch things around and use these as main speakers. But these are from a company called Cascade Audio Systems. And they had a suggested retail price of around $6,000, $6,200, I think. And I found these at I think they came out around the year 2000. I don't know if the company ever got off the ground, but they were supposed to have a suggested retail price of around $6,200. I bought mine at a secondhand store for around, I think, between $600 and $700. So that was a great buy and a great value. But I'm gonna get to the least amount I paid for an audio component in my music room. And that is the item I'm holding in my thumbnail picture of this video. And that is a Macintosh C28 preamplifier. A Macintosh C28 preamplifier. At a swap meet, gosh, it was probably the early 2000s. I paid $10 for it. The guy who sold it just simply didn't know what he had. He was selling a bunch of other stuff. And I noticed it from far away, walked up to it, and asked the guy, what's the price? He said $10. That was a great buy. $10 for a Macintosh C28 preamplifier. Now, the most I ever paid for a single audio component in my music room was and I bought it in the year 2021. It's my Riga P8 turntable with an Effeta 3 cartridge. And I have the receipt here, and I'll hold it up to the screen. Let me cover my personal information. This is a price before tax. I hope you can see it. And it is, before tax, is $4,395. $4,395. Like I said, that's a Riga P8 turntable with an Effeta 3 cartridge. Now I'm going to show you the full price. And if I can, we'll cover my information here. This is a full price. I hope you can see it. If not, I'm going to tell you what it is. The full price with tax was $4,779.56. $4,779.56. I think that package now is approximately, depending on where you get it from, it could be cheaper, but it is approximately $550 more before tax. So I'm glad I got it when I did. I'm glad I purchased it when I did, because, like I said, it's increased in price over the last couple of years. So that is the most I ever paid for a single item in my music room. That's a Riga P8 turntable with an Effeta 3 cartridge. And the least I paid was the Macintosh C28 preamplifier. And I bought it for $10 at a swap meet. So please leave yours, the least you ever paid for an audio component and the most you ever paid for an audio component, in the comment section below. I think it's going to be fun and entertaining to read those comments. Thank you very much for viewing my video. I really appreciate it. God bless, strong love, and peace to all.